action. She's back. Okay, guys, Christina. Again, it's just I want to get these videos out before I get caught up in the day and then they don't get done. So before I died, apparently, I had something very, very interesting happen to me for the second time, which was probably my fault for allowing that to happen. But the thing with me is that I since I was a little girl, the only thing I wanted to do was help people, okay? Because what I went through was so major and I didn't have a soul. That's when I fell in love with the dead, because I felt them with me more than I felt anybody in my family after my mom died. You know, so my love for spirits and mis muertos, it's it's unparalleled, because of when I had no one, that's who I had. And you can't see them, but yet I felt like I could sleep at night because I felt watched by them, you know. And my mom, you know. But anyhow, so when I do things, sometimes I don't think it through, and it costs me a lot in the end. Por tener corazón tan grande, tú sabes. And I don't consider myself a necromancer. I was called that a few weeks ago, and I never thought of myself as one. Maybe I am, I guess. I don't like titles. I think those are unnecessary. I mean, they're great sometimes, but just necromancers. I don't know. But anyways, the first time this happened to me, I shared with you guys, and I think I shared photos of a lady who would send me photos of deceased people, and I was helping her find them. This didn't happen with her because she protected me in some way. She called herself a warrior, a prayer warrior, something like that. And she prayed, you know, because she kept saying for a hedge of protection. I remember hearing her say that, because she said I was very connected. But it wasn't until I caught on that I was being used for, and it drains, that really is intense. But recently, and this is another YouTube reader, in casual conversation, and you always got to watch what you say to people, you know. Not necessarily, you don't have to, I don't want people to live their life in fear. I hate that. Fear is a fucking liar, okay? And I go through it all the time, which is probably why I hate you guys going through that. And I don't tolerate people posting things that will induce fear in people, because fear makes you do stupid shit. Okay? So, anyways. So this is another YouTube reader who, I was very much attacked that week. Very much. And my God, the man I told you guys I went to go see, he picked up on that too. And I was extremely attacked spiritually that week. And then I died. So, ironically. But anyhow, so we're on the phone, and for as much as this YouTuber, he's a card reader, I don't know what he does, for as much as he swears he doesn't trust people, every time we talk, he has a friend, and he always makes references to, well, I was talking to a friend of mine. Okay, that's fine. You know, you got to pay attention to stuff like that. But he apparently was looking for a necromancer because a woman had suffered, her son committed suicide. And here's the thing. When somebody is looking for a child, that's got to be awful, okay? And here's the thing. I don't have a choice. If it gets mentioned to me, it happens so fast. It's almost like a movie rewinds and I'm pulled into the scene, and I'm literally, all my senses are heightened and they're all on overdrive. And I can feel, see, taste, smell, everything I'm watching the scene happen. Okay, so it's my job to get as much information as I can and give it to the person. That way they can go with that, right? So he did that, and I was unprepared for it in every sense of the word. And I was in a very ugly scene. And I gave the man descriptions of people, street signs. I told him quite a bit of what I could, you know. And unless he was making it all up, according to him, the police were able to reopen an investigation or whatever. Now, what I should have done was tell him, okay, have her call me. And I should have not done that. But I get pulled into the scene so quickly. And what it does to my energy is, I mean, I start sweating and breathing fast, and I get very, very anxious. But anyways, so I should have charged for something like that because of the toll it takes on me, because of the fear, because of everything that you have to feel. I mean, I'm watching the kid jump, you know. So anyways, the next day I kept asking him what happened to, how funny, there's a spider right there. Not today, Satan. So the next day I kept texting him, asking him if he had spoken with the lady. He kept blowing me off. Okay, no problem. And then he finally told me that he did, and he sent me a text, and I wanted to speak with her, to be honest. And then the police, I guess, had mentioned I don't know, but this man is very, what he did was completely wrong, and it showed who's in it to help, because apparently she paid him, and he was refusing to give me the money for what I, trying to make it seem as if I'm unstable and I'm crazy. No, motherfucker. I opened myself up to a suicide, and I was left completely vulnerable, because in casual conversation you want to throw it out, and when you can do it, you can do it. And I don't really feel like I had enough time to stop that rewind from taking place, but I was really grateful, if it is true, that I could help. Okay, I would have loved to speak to the woman, just because it would have, just for personal reasons, that he doesn't need to know. The bottom line is, I gave him the information. If he could have done it, he would have done it himself. But he didn't, right? And so now what's unfortunate is that it's the second time that's done to me. And I was like possessed the following day. It was really bad. What I was opened up to was disgusting. For this man to want to charge me for me calling him to pray for me, because I pretty much needed like a deliverance, because I was left it's like running a race, and then when you're out of breath, and like if anybody comes and pushes you, you're gonna collapse. That's what it feels like. It's extremely intense and traumatic, and you have to really, So he refuses to, not only, suddenly he wanted to charge me for the praying for a friend, supposedly, who was almost like, even my laugh was, I threw up like glue. It was disgusting. It was really one for the books, But now I'm stuck here. I just noticed, I was thinking a little while ago, and I was like, wow, I wonder what's going on. And I've tried to look it up, but I'm not able to find where this took place. And he doesn't seem to want me to know, which I think is chicken shit. So if you watch this, which I'm assuming that you probably will, I would really like to know what's going on with that. Okay? Since you decided to be an asshole. All right, my dears. So I was just letting you guys know that there's some people here that may seem like they would never be a certain way, but when push comes to shove, their energy is ugly, really ugly. And just for being you, if you got like a light to you, they're gonna attack you. And it's unfortunate if you for 1 second think that it's something you did. You know what I mean? If you're under some kind of attack for no reason, then you should be able to realize that you must be pretty great. If people are trying to put you down, if they're making you feel anything other than things that build you up, then you must be pretty fucking great. Because there should be no need for that. There shouldn't. There should be no need for condemning people or pointing a finger when let me see how you bleed, because I would love to see the difference. Jealousy is very real, and it's ugly, and I just want you guys to move forward and be strong, and get out of this cycle of brujerias, because it opens a door to war, and I don't like to see my clients go through that. Okay? I love you to pieces. The video's gonna cut off. Un beso.